Mr. Adam Mckola, full-time Devils. Link is in the description for that.
Thank you.
You must be...
It was a lot better for me today, wasn't it?
Happier than when it was at St. James when Matty scored.
I didn't go to St. James for the last one. I was with True Geordie on his thing, which was probably not the best place to be either when Newcastle won. But obviously, today was a lot better. It started off, thought it was going to be exactly the same.
What were your thoughts when you went 1-0 down?
The thing was, it was too easy for you because you could have scored just before that and you could have scored just after that, and you had two opportunities, and it was really easy for you to carve us open, I thought. And we were attacking a lot. We were leaving Lindelof and Maguire there, and it was almost you had 2 or 3 on 2 at times at the back, and it was really easy for you to open us up. And I also felt it was way too easy for you to defend against us as well, and that's been a problem for us up until we started pressing, started committing, started getting in your faces, because a lot of the goals came from mistakes for us today. Whether it was Martial, who, you know, the fourth goal, that he just picked up the ball off the defender, that was a mistake. Dubravka at the near post, it was a mistake.
Do you reckon that was a mistake? Because you scored quite quick after we went 1-0 up.
And I think for Martial's goal, it did look like he should have saved that, the first goal. I think with Martial,
I'm not saying anything else about Manchester United goalkeepers being bad anymore.
No, because I mean, De Gea has been in awful form at the minute. But I mean,
last time I said that, you rinsed me.
With De Gea, the thing is, he's either world class or Sunday League. There's never like an in between with him.
He wasn't tested tonight.
He wasn't tested tonight, which was. I think Burnley will test him a lot more, especially physically and stuff, which where we go next. So I'm not really getting carried away with it, but it was refreshing today because we went behind, our heads didn't drop, we kept pushing, we forced mistakes out of you. I thought Mason Greenwood was incredible today. 18-year-old, I've seen Wayne Rooney come through here, I've seen many great youngsters come through, but that boy's got something about him.
He is a good talent.
And his finishing ability is incredible, and I just think we're seeing signs, but we see signs a lot. It's about consistency and how much we build on that. What I want to say to you though is, Bruce is doing it, man. I know you got battered today, but
so learn get battered everywhere they go.
Brucey is doing it, and he was in for a lot of stick from your boys, and from everyone really.
I was one of them.
And I feel like he deserves a little bit more respect. He's not Rafa Benitez. We know that.
I think he's just starting to turn. Like I was like, oh, Bruce, how are you, man? We're going from Rafa Benitez to Bruce. But fair play, we're sitting on Boxing Day. Yes, we got walloped the day, mid-table. Boxing Day, Newcastle fans would have took that even under Rafa.
And I think he deserves a little bit more respect, Brucey. I love him. He's a good man. He's had a hard time over the years. You got to think like
he's won titles with you.
You know, he lost the Villa job. I think if he doesn't lose his mum and dad, he probably doesn't lose the Villa job. I think his head went around that point. And I think I know he's managed Sunderland, and he's a United legend, but he's a Newcastle boy, and I think it's great to see him with, I want him to see him do well, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, we would like him to see him do well, but
we'll see what fans can like. Ollie might not be the man, but we've embraced the fuck out of him, and I think it's like, I just want to see the Newcastle fans show him some love. He deserves some love.
That's because he's a Man United legend. Anyways, right, yes, we will give him love if results keep going that way. Do you feel...
You'll get love from me if he lets us beat you 4-1 at the time. Anyway.
I was just about to say that before you keep rinsing us. Did you win that game because of our mistakes?
We won the game 4-1 because of your mistakes. We could have won the game possibly without your mistakes.
Because we feel that we played 2 up top at Old Trafford, which is quite brave or stupid. But we didn't have any width because the 3, Matty, Sean and Miguel was really. But Shaw was bombing on, man.
But he doesn't bomb on enough.
But he was today because we allowed him.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, I think it was your mistakes made it a bit extra. But I think if it was 1-1 at half time, I think we'd possibly win.
We might have. Where next for Man U then? Transfer window?
Well, we got Burnley next, so we got a nice trip to Burnley, Turf Moor.
No, we were there last week.
The land of no internet. It was awful.
Terrace
internet.
houses. Sorry, Burnley.
It's awful down there. It should be good going to Burnley. It's going to be a difficult game again.
What about your transfer window?
That's the thing. We need midfielders. We need attackers. We need defenders. We can need everyone. But it's about, will we get the right people in? I think if they're not available, there's no point forcing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point pushing the ball out for a player that doesn't really want to come to us, or trying to get a Christian Eriksen that might be shit now. So I think take our time, we'll be all right.
I want to ask you something about local clubs that are suffering around the area. You talk about Bolton, Bury, Maxfield obviously just being deducted points. 2 questions on it. Do you think because of City and United, they're suffering because of these 2 giants?
No.
Why?
City and United have always been here.
Do you think it's just a case of bad ownership?
Yes, I do.
Because
and
there's a lot around this area.
It's a case of bad ownership, and I do think
There's a lot.
I think there's always this side that comes in. Oh, why don't Man United and Man City give Berry some money? Why should they? Why should they? So that the owner can run it into the ground again and take their money as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I think that's a bit of a naive way to look at it in terms of saying, oh, I know, I think Man United and Man City are to blame. I think it's bad ownership to blame. And I think what it is all these owners are coming into clubs and they're seeing, the Premier League money. We want to get there. And they're throwing everything at it. I think actually who should be blamed is the FA, the Premier League, or who's doing these checks? Who's doing these good and proper tests?
Well, the AFL,
fitness and proper tests, or what they're called. Who's doing them? How did the Glazers get past that, by the way?
How did Mike Ashley get in?
Do you know what I mean? So actually, they should be doing more to prevent these bad owners coming into clubs. And I don't think it's down to Manchester City and Manchester United to be putting their hands in their pockets. I mean, the Glazers take money out of here. Why are they going to put it into another club? Do you know what I mean? So I just think, no, it's not down to Manchester United and Manchester City. I do think that more could be done in terms of where the money in the game is going and that trickling down to grassroots football. But giving a bad owner more money doesn't make sense.
I think the reason why I asked that question is because there's loads in this area.
There's loads. Massive up here. There's so many football clubs left, right and centre up here. And I do actually think non-league and the lower divisions football has actually maybe benefited a little bit from social media in terms of, everyone wants to be there. They benefited from those kind of things. But then you're also seeing greedy owners coming in and thinking, how can we make a buck? How can we make the quickest buck? And that's the problem. They're not having the proper fitness and proper checks or whatever they are. And it's suffering, and teams are suffering because of it. That's ultimately what I think it is.
Thank you very much, Mr. McKola.
Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to Newcastle Fan TV.
Well, I will be. They're watching it. Cheers, mate.